I still can't believe this happened. I wake up every day thinking maybe it was all just a bad dream. But nah, it's real. My own sister and my own fiancé. And now my parents expect me to just be all forgive and forget, like my heart ain't shattered into a million pieces. Today was supposed to be my wedding day. I was supposed to be getting my hair done, sipping champagne with my bridesmaids, and looking forward to saying I do to the man I thought was my forever. But instead, I'm sitting here with my phone blowing up, my mom calling me nonstop, my dad talking about how I need to be the bigger person, and my sister sending me these long-ass text messages about how she never meant for this to happen. Girl, if you ain't mean it, how the hell did it happen? Me and Derek been together for 4 years. Met him at a house party my homegirl dragged me to. He was fine, smooth, had that deep voice that made me weak. Took him a whole month to convince me to go on a date with him, and when I finally did, phew, I fell hard. He treated me like a queen. Flowers, late-night drives, deep convos, all that. My sister Tasha, she used to joke like, "Girl, you better watch out. He too fine to be just yours." I used to laugh it off, thought she was playing. I ain't laughing no more. Everything was good for the first few years. He proposed on our anniversary, took me to a rooftop dinner, had the whole thing planned out. I said yes without even thinking twice. We started planning the wedding, picking out venues, tasting cakes, sending invites. My parents were excited, my friends were happy for me, and Tasha, well, she was acting weird, but I ain't think too much of it. Fast forward to 6 months before the wedding, Derek started getting distant, coming home late, always on his phone, flipping it over when I walked in the room. My gut was telling me something was up, but every time I asked, he hit me with the "I'm just stressed with work, babe" excuse, and like a damn fool, I believed him. Then one night, I'm scrolling through my phone in bed, and I see Tasha's name pop up in a group chat with my cousins. Somebody had sent a picture of her at a baby shower, her belly big as hell. Ain't no way. I called my mom immediately. "Mom, is Tasha pregnant?" She hesitated. "Baby, let's talk about this in the morning." I ain't waiting till no damn morning. I called Tasha next. No answer. Called again, straight to voicemail. I texted her. "Call me." Now nothing. My heart was racing. I sat there staring at my phone, hoping this was some kind of joke. But deep down, I knew. I knew. The next morning, I drove straight to my parents' house. Soon as I walked in, I saw my mom and dad sitting on the couch like they had been waiting for me. My stomach was in knots. I ain't even sit down. "Is it Derek's?" My mom looked at my dad. My dad looked at my mom. Then my mom sighed and said, "Baby, it's complicated." Ain't nothing complicated about it. Either it is or it ain't. Then Tasha walked in, looking all guilty, her belly even bigger up close. She couldn't even look me in my face. That's when I lost it. "You nasty, trifling, backstabbing." I ain't even finished my sentence before my mom jumped in talking about, "Please don't do this. We family." Family? I looked right at Tasha. "How long?" She started crying. I ain't feel bad for her, not one bit. "A year," she mumbled. "A year?" So while I was out here planning my wedding, picking out dresses, dreaming about my future, my own sister was creeping with my man behind my back. I turned to my mom and dad. "Y'all knew?" My dad looked away. My mom whispered, "We didn't want you to find out like this. So y'all knew, and y'all just let me walk around looking stupid?" I left the house shaking. My phone was buzzing. Derek had the nerve to be texting me, saying he needed to explain. Explain what? You smashed my sister, got her pregnant, and kept it from me for a whole damn year. Ain't nothing to explain. That was 3 months ago. My parents been begging me to forgive them, saying I need to heal and move on. They want me to just pretend like my whole life ain't just fall apart. But see, what they don't know is I got something for them. I ain't cancel the wedding. I just changed a few things. And today, they about to get the shock of their life. So, boom. I ain't cancel the wedding. Why would I? After everything they did to me, y'all really thought I was just going to lay down and cry? Nah. They wanted me to forgive, be the bigger person. Let family be family. Bet. I'ma give them a wedding they'll never forget. After I left my parents' house that day, I ain't answer nobody's calls. My phone was blowing up nonstop. Derek, Tasha, my mom, even my dad, who never calls me for nothing. I put that thing on Do Not Disturb and went straight to my best friend, Keisha. Soon as I walked in her apartment, she already had the Hennessy out. "Girl, spill it," she said. I sat on her couch, took a deep breath, and told her everything. The texts, the baby, the lies, my parents covering it up. She was pacing back and forth like she was about to fight somebody. "Nah, fuck that. What you want to do?" she asked. I stared at my engagement ring. "I want revenge." Now Keisha? She the type that don't need much convincing. She was already 3 steps ahead of me. "Say less. You keeping the wedding?" I nodded. "Oh, I'm keeping it. But it ain't gonna be the wedding they expecting." That's when we started planning. I had 3 months to flip the script, and trust me, I used every second of it wisely. First thing I did, made sure Derek thought everything was all good. That man was texting me paragraphs, apologizing, saying it was a mistake, that he was lost, and he only wanted me. Boy, shut up. A whole year, a baby. You wasn't lost, you knew exactly what you was doing. But I played my role. I told him I needed space, but I wasn't canceling the wedding. Told him I loved him, but I needed time to process. That was enough to keep him thinking he still had a chance. Dummy. Then my family, woo. My mom was on some "this baby is still your blood" nonsense, talking about how we need to come together. My dad was just quiet, like he ain't know what to say. And Tasha, she had the nerve to text me. "I really hope we can move past this. I love you, sis." Now, the best part, ain't nobody knew what I was really up to. My bridesmaids knew, Keisha knew. But my parents, Tasha, Derek, they thought I was healing. They thought I was going to walk down that aisle, say "I do," and be some dumb, forgiving fool. Nah. I made sure all the wedding plans stayed the same. The venue, the decorations, the catering, the DJ, all of it. My mom was happy, thinking I had a change of heart. My dad kept saying, "I'm proud of you for our being mature." Tasha even tried to act like she was relieved. Meanwhile, I was sitting on the biggest bomb of their lives. See, I ain't just want revenge. I wanted public humiliation. I wanted them to feel just a fraction of the betrayal I felt. So, I wrote my vows, but let's just say they ain't the vows they was expecting. I invited everybody, family, friends, co-workers, even some of Derek's folks I barely liked. The more the better. This needed an audience. And now, the big day is here. I woke up feeling calm, real peaceful, like I was about to do God's work. My dress, stunning. My makeup, flawless. Hair, laid. I looked like a dream. But trust me, this wasn't going to be no fairy tale wedding. Derek was already at the venue, probably thinking he was about to get his happily ever after. My mom was texting me, "I'm so happy you chose love over anger." Girl, little did they know, I wasn't walking into a wedding. I was walking into war, y'all. When I tell you I walked into that venue feeling like the baddest boss on earth, I mean it. Hair laid, dress snatched, makeup flawless. I looked like a whole dream. But what they ain't know was, this dream was about to turn into a nightmare for them. The venue was packed. My parents was all smiles, probably thinking they really convinced me to let it go. My mom even wiped a fake little tear when she saw me. Tasha, whew, She was sitting there, big belly and all, looking all uncomfortable, like she already felt something was off. Good. And Derek, man, that fool was standing up front, looking all proud like he really was about to marry me, looking at me like he won, like he got away with it. I walked down that aisle slow, taking my time, letting everybody get a good look at me. The whispers, the oohs and ahs from the guests. Yeah, eat it up. I finally got to the altar and Derek grabbed my hands. He whispered, "You look beautiful, baby." I almost laughed. The pastor started talking, doing all the usual wedding stuff. My heart was beating fast, but not because I was nervous, because I was ready. Then came the part I had been waiting for. Now the bride and groom have prepared their own vows. I turned and took the mic, cleared my throat, smiled real sweet. And then I went in. I took a deep breath and started. First of all, I just want to thank everybody for being here today. It really means a lot to me, especially my family, my lovely parents, and of course, my dear sister Tasha. I paused, looked dead at her. She looked like she wanted to disappear. I turned back to Derek. "Derek, when I met you, I thought you were the love of my life. I thought God sent me a good man, someone I could trust, build with, grow with, and for a long time I believed that." I took a step back, held my chest like I was getting emotional. The whole room was quiet. But life got a funny way of showing you the truth, don't it? I let out a little laugh. Like how I found out my fiancé, the man I was supposed to spend forever with, was sleeping with my own sister. The way the whole room just froze, it was so quiet you could hear a pin drop. My mama's mouth fell open. My daddy closed his eyes like he was praying. Tasha! She had the nerve to try and get up, but my bridesmaids blocked her. And Derek, that man turned ghost white. I kept going. Oh, and not just sleeping with her. No. They've been creeping around for a whole damn year. A whole year of lies, sneaking around, and betrayal. And now, my dear sister is carrying his baby. People started whispering. Some straight up gasped. I even heard somebody in the back say, "Aw, hell nah." Derek finally found his voice. "Baby, let's talk about this." I held my hand up. "Now, we done talking. Matter of fact, let's make this official." I turned to the pastor. "I won't be marrying this man today, but since everybody's already here, let's turn this into a celebration." I pointed at Derek and Tasha. A celebration of two cheaters who deserve each other. Then I turned to my mama, who was looking like she wanted to die right there. And to my parents. Y'all knew. Y'all covered for them. But y'all expect me to be the bigger person? Silence. I looked back at Derek, took off my engagement ring, and dropped it on the floor. "You can keep that. Maybe you can pawn it to buy diapers?" And then I turned around, lifted my dress just enough so I wouldn't trip, and walked out. The DJ must have been waiting for my cue because soon as I stepped out, he blasted "Before I Let Go" by Beyoncé. Perfect. I walked out that venue like a boss. My bridesmaids followed, my homegirls cheered, and Derek, he ain't move. He just stood there looking stupid. Tasha was crying. My mom was trying to talk to me, but Keisha blocked her. She said what she said. I ain't look back. I got in my limo, popped a bottle of champagne, and turned my phone off. Today was supposed to be my wedding day, but instead, it was the best breakup party ever. When I tell you the drama that popped off after I walked out that venue, whew, I ain't even expect it to go down like that. So boom. After I left, I went straight to this rooftop lounge Keisha had booked for the after party. 'Cause yeah, I might not have gotten married, but I was still celebrating. I looked too damn good to waste the night crying. We pulled up, music blasting, my girls hyping me up, and bottles already on the table. Soon as I walked in, everybody started clapping like I just won a championship. Somebody even bought me a shot, talking about, "You a legend for that one." And best believe I toasted to that. But while I was out here living, back at the venue, phew, it was chaos. Keisha had somebody on FaceTime giving us the play-by-play. First, my mom tried to do damage control, talking about, "Everybody calm down, let's be mature about this." Girl, be mature about what? You let your daughters get played like a damn soap opera, and now you want to act like you the peacemaker? Then my daddy finally spoke up, and let me tell y'all, he was pissed. Apparently, as soon as I walked out, he turned to Derek and said, "You a weak, sorry excuse for a man." Then he looked at Tasha and was like, "And you? You disgust me." My own sister started crying, talking about, "Daddy, please." He cut her off. "Don't daddy please me. You ruined your sister's happiness. I ain't raised you to be no damn homewrecker." The way my jaw dropped when I heard that, see, my dad is a quiet man. He let my mama do all the talking most of the time. So for him to say that out loud, in front of everybody, oh yeah, that hit different. Tasha ran out crying. Derek tried to follow her, but some of his own groomsmen stopped him. That's right, even his friends wasn't rocking with him no more. I heard one of them straight up said, "Bro, you foul as hell for that." That's when Derek started getting mad, saying, "It ain't even like that, man. Boy, what other way is it?" Then, my aunt, bless her petty heart, stood up and said, "Well, since the wedding is off, can we at least get some to-go plates?" I just know my mom wanted to sink into the floor. At that point, people started leaving. Ain't nobody want to be there no more. My mom tried to tell folks to stay for dinner and drinks, but, baby, the damage was done. They came for a wedding, not an episode of Maury. Meanwhile, back at the lounge, I was dancing like I had no worries in the world. My phone was blowing up, but I ain't check it. Not until Keisha snatched it and said, "Girl, just see what they talking about." So I looked. Derek, "Baby, please call me." Derek, "I love you. I made a mistake. Don't do this to us." Derek, "We can fix this. I know you still love me." "Fix what? Boy, get TF on." Then Tasha had the audacity to text me. Tasha, "Please, sis, I need to talk to you." Tasha, "I never meant for this to happen." Tasha, "I can't stop crying. Please don't hate me." Girl, bye. And then my mom. "Mom, baby, please answer my calls. We need to talk." Mom, "This isn't how family should handle things." Mom, "You've made your point, but now we need to heal." Made my point? Oh, nah. I made history. I put my phone down and kept sipping my drink. Ain't nobody about to ruin my night. But I ain't gon' lie. As much fun as I was having, something in me still felt heavy. Like, damn, my own blood did this to me. And the more I thought about it, the more I realized this wasn't just about Derek. This was about my family thinking I was some weak little girl they could walk over. They thought I was just going to cry and get over it. Nah, I was about to show them just how much I had changed. So the next morning, I woke up with a new plan. And trust me, this story ain't over yet. I woke up the next morning feeling free. Like, for the first time in a long time, I wasn't waking up stressing over Derek, my family, or that damn wedding. I was still in my hotel suite, wrapped up in a silk robe, sipping coffee, just enjoying the peace. But I already knew today was going to be the day I shut everything down for good. I grabbed my phone and, surprise, surprise, I had a million missed calls and texts. My mom, my dad, Tasha, Derek, even some of my aunts were checking in, probably trying to see if I calmed down. Calmed down? Baby, I was just getting started. I called my dad first. Out of everybody, he was the only one who seemed like he was actually ashamed of what went down. Soon as he answered, he sighed. "Baby girl, you okay?" I'm good, Daddy. But I gotta say this, and I need you to really hear me. He was quiet, waiting. I love you, but I can't be around people who don't respect me. You let Mama cover up Tasha's mess. You sat there while she tried to make me feel guilty, like I was the problem. I ain't mad at you, but I can't keep pretending we're all one big happy family. He ain't say nothing for a second. Then he just sighed again. I understand. I could hear the guilt in his voice, but it was what it was. Next, my mom. Now, I already knew she was going to try and manipulate me, so I was ready. Soon as she picked up, she went straight into her speech. Baby, I just want to talk. I know you're upset, but this is family. We need to move past this. I took a deep breath. Ma, I'm not upset no more. I'm just done. Done with what? With y'all. Silence. I kept going. You chose Tasha over me. You chose to protect her instead of being there for me. You covered for her, let her betray me, and now you expect me to just move on? She tried to cut in, but I wasn't done. I ain't gotta move on with y'all. I can move on by myself. More silence. Then she hit me with, so you just gon' throw away your family? Nah, Ma, y'all threw me away first. And with that I hung up. Now for the final boss, Derek. Now, I ain't have nothing else to say to that man, but I did have something to send him. Remember that engagement ring I dropped at the altar? I took it straight to a jeweler that same morning and had it melted down into a small, simple pendant. Nothing fancy, just a little reminder of what I survived. Then I texted Derek. Me. Sold the ring. Hope you and Tasha are happy. Blocked. And then I blocked him on everything. Phone, Instagram, email, all of it. Tasha? Blocked. My mom? Blocked. I left my dad unblocked, but I ain't plan on talking to him for a long time. By the time I got back home, I felt lighter than ever. I started fresh, new apartment, new job, even a new hairstyle. Cut all that dead weight off me. And guess what? 2 months later, I found out Derek and Tasha broke up. Apparently, he got mad that she kept calling me trying to fix things, and she got mad that he was broke. A mess. And the baby? Turns out it might not even be his. Now, I'm good. I ain't bitter. I ain't hurt. I'm just free. And if there's one thing I learned from all this, sometimes the best revenge is just moving the hell on.